Hello students, in this tutorial we will quickly see the numerical integration and I'll describe composite trapezoidal and Simpson's rule. So let's first start with the trapezoidal rule. So the trapezoidal rule is mainly used for approximating the definite integral of this type. Now if I ask you what is the value of this integral, you can answer me very easily that what is the value of this integral. However, if I ask you what is the value of this integral, so you will find it tough to answer that what will be the value for this integral. So for this type of problem, the numerical schemes were introduced. So the first is the trapezoidal rule. As you know that the Lagrange polynomial is used to find the approximate polynomial for any function. Like you, so what is the main idea is that you can approximate this fx with the Lagrange interpolation formula. So you will get a approximate polynomial with some error. So this is your say equation number 1. So what you have done, you have just found the approximate polynomial of fx with the help of the Lagrange interpolation method. So you already know how to do that. What since you have f of x, what you can do, you can make a table and for different values of x you can find out the values of fx. Like if you have this integral, you can take a and find out the value of fx at x is equal to a, and then you can like take h as a equal space and then you can find out the fx at a plus h and then again a plus 2h and so on. So we have different schemes depending upon the numbers of the points you are taking. So if we talk about the trapezoidal rule, this mainly depends that if you use the Lagrange polynomial of degree 1, that means that you have only 2 points, the end point a and b. So the polynomial you will get will be of degree 1. So what you can do is that you can assume that x naught is equal to a and x1 is equal to b and h is a distance between a and b. So the Lagrange polynomial will be this. You already know about this. So now if you see the figure, you can see that this is my fx, which I want to find out the value of integral, that is the area below this curve. Now since this function is very difficult to integrate, this is difficult function, so what we have done, we have approximated this function with the help of Lagrange interpolating polynomial of degree 1, which gives us the trapezoidal rule. So since you have used the a line to approximate this function fx, we will call it as a trapezoidal rule, as you can also see that this area is looking like a trapezoidal. So what is the value? If you put this Pn, that is your P1, your 1 degree polynomial, the value of this, as you have already written that your fx is equal to this is your interpolating polynomial for f of x. Now if you integrate it, obviously you are integrating a polynomial of degree 1 for the trapezoidal rule, and if you, this is the error term. So we are not going to the detail, since you know that if we find approximation there will be an error. So after you solve this, you will get the trapezoidal rule as this. Now if you increase the point, like if you take the second degree Lagrange interpolating polynomial with the equally spaced node, then what you get is a, so what you get is a Simpson's rule. By a figure you can see that rather than using the 2 points, I used 3 points and I'll get a polynomial with degree 2 for approximating this fx, which is a difficult task to find the integration of it. So what I have done, I have approximated a polynomial of degree 2, and if I do this, I call it as a Simpson's rule. So the Simpson's rule have this expression. I used the second degree polynomial and integrated in between x0 to x2, and we will get the formula for the Simpson's rule. Now the formula which I have shown is generally unsuitable for the large integration interval, because there will be a large amount of error. If you have a large, see this figure, what is it is doing that this fx for which we want to find out the integral. So our task is to find out the value of this definite integral. So what we have done, we have divided this large interval from a to b into many subintervals, and then we applied the trapezoidal rule in each small interval. See here, we can apply for this, you can apply the trapezoidal rule with the line, like approximating this portion with the line, then approximating this portion with the line, this portion with the line, this portion with the line, and you will see that the error will be less as compared to just applying it for the large interval, that finding this area, you will have more error rather than dividing it into the small interval and applying the trapezoidal rule in this small interval. Similarly, what I can do, I can divide this into small interval, and I can also apply the Simpson's rule. Like what it will do, it will now approximate this small interval with the second degree polynomial, this small interval with the second degree polynomial, this interval with the second degree polynomial. So what trapezoidal rule, and this is the law for the trapezoidal, composite trapezoidal rule, and this is the formula for the composite Simpson's rule. So now we will move on to the MATLAB code. So this is a MATLAB code for the trapezoidal rule. So I want to calculate the integral for this, and I want to find out the value of the definite integral in this range, minus 0.25 to 0.25. So I'll give a as this and b as this, and the number of subintervals. So for example, I took n is equal to 20. Now this is the way how you can apply the trapezoidal rule in the MATLAB code. Okay, so here what we have done in this section, what we have done, we have calculated this part, like we have found out the fx at the midpoints. Midpoints means rather than the from the end points, fa and fb are our end point. So whatever points we have generated, we will find out the fx and we go on adding those terms. So this is nothing, just we are creating x's, that is the equally spaced points, and then we are just adding up those points. And finally, for the trapezoidal formula, we will apply the trapezoidal, this is the end points plus 2 times the sum which we are getting over here. So finally we can display the result that is obtained over in this variable. So now let us see the MATLAB code for the Simpson's rule. So here also I calculated this integral, that is minus 0.25 to 0.25 for this function, and I took the interval as 20 only for the Simpson's rule. And here you again applied the formula for calculating these two parts. See, in the composite Simpson's rule, what you have these two parts. So it is calculating, this portion is calculating, this portion is mainly calculating those two parts, which is like differentiating. If it is a even, then do this, and if it is odd, do this. So after it, we will apply the Simpson's 1/3 rule finally, and you will get the result for the Simpson's integration also. So this is the output which I have done in MATLAB. I have copy pasted this program in the MATLAB, and then I got this output. So let's see the MATLAB code also. So now let us copy paste both the program in the MATLAB and see the output over there. MATLAB, and just run it by pressing this run button, and then we will see the output over here. So it is asking enter the lower limit. So this is 0 minus 0.25. Then it is asking for the upper limit. So it is 0.25, and then the number of subintervals I give it 20, and then you can see the value of integration is this. Now the same thing I can do with the Simpson's rule. So I run this, and then again it is asking for the lower limit. So this is 0.25, and then it is the lower limit is minus 0.25, the upper limit is 0.25, and the number of subintervals again I give it 20, and then you can see that you get the value of the integration. So I hope the basic idea of the numerical integration is clear with the MATLAB code. Thank you for watching.